Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on last year's national champions, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Sun Devils will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Butler. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Takes a handoff. It's Baxter. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
That's a really nice looking catch, and it's shocking when you think about Texas Longhorn football. Not a lot of names jump out at you when you think about great wide receivers here, right? Yeah, Roy Williams, Jordan Shipley, not too many. This guy, though, I think has a chance to be special. This guy could go down in Texas history as one of the all-time greats.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's the slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
The Longhorns come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And the Longhorns are marching down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Texas!
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up, they find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
Fielded in the end zone, it's McClain. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Going deep. Reels it in down the left side. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. The option look.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
Caught in the backfield, it's Wingo. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. They'll run the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around. And this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
And the Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Moves around to clear up the vision. He's got it down the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
there to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First play of the period, first down here. Give to the running back. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Just feeds the running back. Got enough space. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
On the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Longhorns! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
I think it's easy to say, run the option, run the option. Well, you got to be able to see it quickly and make quick decisions. Nice job by the QB, getting the ball to his playmaker. He catches it. He can do the rest. Takes it to the house for 6.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Oklahoma is currently ahead early in this one, but they just haven't been able to pull that schooner away offensively. They're up by 7 over Utah State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions, and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it. He has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know, he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. And the Sun Devils have this offense rolling. They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Throwing right. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Love what they did there, putting the big fella in the slot, letting him use his ability to get downfield and create some space and find the soft spot in the zone.
No doubt. You got the big fella in the slot, so you get your matchup. You know it's zone coverage. You know you can put it up out there and let him go make a play. That is a recipe for success, finding that matchup and exploiting it.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding the football?
Going to swing it on second down. Finds his man. It's Hudson. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. The quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
Offense trying to go push pass on first down on the goal line, but the defense, tremendous surge up front. They get penetration, and they get the tackle for loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They just keep firing. The screen, and watch out. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Pocket breaking down. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They're ready to set the tone for this new season, going for it on 4th and goal.
Get set, get set.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. He's got the tight end. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a stop for this defense. What a tremendous play.
The result of the play is a turnover on downs.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Texas.
The Longhorns buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. The big fullback's got it. And the defense expected the run, and they got it. No gain. He just gets it back to the 2. They dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. They'll go with a direct snap. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. They tried to run it out of the gun and found no room at all. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move to his left. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hudson. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They'll immediately call timeout.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
The defense did a really nice job on that play, closing in on the intended target. They had 2 guys near that ball.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Now, a 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Well, big-time players make big plays in big games, and on that 4th down, final play of the first half, what an unbelievable job making the grab and taking it in for the touchdown. That was huge for the offense, giving them the lead. You just can't do it any better than that.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the grab. It's Green. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting him on the ground.
Finds his big tight end. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. The Sun Devils look to keep this drive humming. Power football with the run. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Arizona State! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man, or zone. They have...
There he goes. Inside the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Texas! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by 10 to Temple. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. On target to the left. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things. It makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these
breaks into the open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Sun Devils headed quickly to the line.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find...
Fires toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Looking to throw again. He's got him this time.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Sun Devils line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Now the play fake. Fires left. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll run the option. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. Motion from the back. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Third down play from the gun. Finds his big tight end. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Oh, he's got some space. The 20. Touchdown, Longhorns! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
28, Arizona State, 24.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. And they make the tackle now before he gets the 1st down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd.
And that moves the chains on the 1st down.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. 1 more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. To the end zone and is picked off. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
You talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's hooked. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the fourth quarter. One possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that fourth down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion and a turnover on downs.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. At the 15, he's loose. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives, and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
They'll move the wide receiver. Goes to the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Second down, he'll throw it. He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
the play fake. Looking deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Texas! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
To the air on second down. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Brings it down on the right side. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. To the air on first down. He's taking a deep shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Soft spot in the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And now if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs, because the scramble now puts you in a good 4th down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from those negative plays.
He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab on the left.
The offense gets the ball out pretty quick, but man, if you're going to do that, that's fine, but we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Out of bounds at the 18, and man, do they have great field position now.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football, getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Toss to the outside. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
42, Arizona State, 24.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Off the play fake on first down. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. One more play to pad the stats.
Get set, get set.
Back to pass on second down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy,